However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Mesty Mask. This guy is a real piece of work. His first blow struck true. Bam! And that's all she wrote. Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was power-riches. Power-riches? Well, if there is one thing to say about Look at Me, it is that he is pretty good with his own words. He is pretty wisdomous. I assumed the Acme fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. Acme fighting stance? That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me. What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? Yeah, sure. let's ask about Acme's fighting style. What is this Acme fighting style? I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really cannot say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way, no one can get behind you. And when the timing is right, you fly across the room towards your enemy with the claws in front. Again, that's Vega, dude. That's it. That's the Acme fighting style. And with a little hint of yelling. Hello! Well, Mr. Wright, what about the testimony? Well, you cannot deny the fact that he was very important. Well, of course it's important. We've learned the detective's secret technique after all. Yes, indeed. Alright, I'll humor you. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night. What the heck is he all eyeballing me like that? He's creeping me out. He probably still remembers the Matt on Guard case and you being in cahoots with Shelly the Killer. He hasn't forgotten that. No, then with us. We'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony. Eh? Wait, that was for real? I put my back to the wall to fight, but his blow landed upon my third eye. Huh. Okay. I was mostly joking about that, but okay. We've learned something here. Where is this third eye you're talking about? Is the eye of the devil? Oh. It's right between my right and left eyebrows. It's quite invisible to the enlightened. You may call it the foreheads, if you like. Uh-huh. I see. And next you're gonna be telling me that your underwear is invisible to the naked eye. You wanna check it out? No, thank you. No. Well, I wouldn't have given you the underwear anyway. First you have to spend some free time with me. Okay, this is getting out of hand here. Why didn't you just say that in the first place? So, it looks like the creases in your own forehead are getting deeper. So I'm certain he got hit on the forehead then? That's what he says. Okay, what the hell? I got a funny feeling about that. Actually, so do I. Well, what do you think, Nick? Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah? What is it? What is it? This Look at Me guy. He is definitely hiding something. But why? I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. Alright, well, you know what? You truly are something over here. Look at me. You truly are something. Let me just see. Like, about this last statement that you are giving us here. Like, one time you say that you were knocked out from behind, and now you're saying that you were hit in the face? Like, when the world? I mean, the thing is, though, I don't know, can we even Like what evidence should I even use for this? Okay, there we go. With a blow to the back of the head. Yeah, you're saying, like, for once you say that you were hit in the face, and yesterday you said otherwise, that you were hit in the back. That is... Okay, that was a pretty close one. Detective Edme, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun this is, said a lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And do I even need to mention you, Mr. Noby Grant? Oh, what a delight. How wonderful. We're having such a wonderful time. Are you done? Wonderful time, I say. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet. I believe this is what you said yesterday. No. The coward must have wormed his way in through it somewhere besides the door. Then my arch-nemesis struck me on the head from behind with this gruesome item here. From behind, huh? But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head. Ugh. It seems I made another mistake. Detective Edme, that's not the only strange part of your testimony. What do you mean by that? For example, the very fact that you hid a calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security. Ugh. Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad. That's wrong.
Objection!
To err is human. To forgive idiocy. Amen? Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes. Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. Really? What is it like then? Oh. Oh my god, he angry. He angry. Always chase a riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around. Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you are asserting? Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that... Oh, I'll tell you what the defense asserts. It is the fact that Mr. Edme is a fake! This witness isn't look at me. He's a fake! So now it's not just the mask. You're saying I'm fake too? That I'm a fake detective? Pah! You're not even good enough to be my fake! Phoenix the Hedgehog! And this detective could never be as forgetful as this guy. Imposters like you are often suspicious of others as well. No, imposters? Really, this is too much. Next you'll be calling me a fake too. Mr. Wright, what exactly is that you're asserting? Alright, well... something tells me that we're gonna go with the narrative that Mr. Edme is masked the mask. Which very well can be possible, but... I don't know, I see this one as the more likely solution to our problems. He's no ace detective! The truth is, this witness is no ace detective at all. So then what exactly are you saying that I am? Oh, an average detective? I hardly see the relevance of that.
What are you doing, Nick? Weren't you going to go on the attack?
Yeah, I was planning on it, but it looks like I'm the one who got attacked instead. Yeah, I mean, look at me, and Godot didn't even need to say anything at that point. But alright. Let's go with the idea that Mr. Atme is Master Mask. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Look At Me's true identity is actually Masty Mask! Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scenes, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's because... Is it because you're a fake? No, on the contrary. I am Look At Me, it's Detective. So you admit that you can outperform Gumshoe and the entire police? Yes! Well, I mean, no, I mean, yes. I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a... Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are, in fact, Masty Mask. But, Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows Masty Mask. This security camera belongs to Lord Lee Taylor department store. I mean, okay. Indeed, the possibility is there, Look At Me. You were there all alone, you can manipulate the data on the computer. You could have got rid of the photo, then you could have bent the sword yourself to make it look like you were hit by Masty Mask. To make it look like you are the victim in this whole story, but in actuality, you could have been the one that did it. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it. He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed up as the thief and stole the urn. So the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is this true, witness?
The Mask's MO is pure genius! And so am I! Look at me! Ace Detective! You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am impressed, Sir Lawyer.
What? Witness, you're admitting it?
Nick, now's your chance.
Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atme, when you assume defeat...
Objection!
Godot blend number 102. My personal favorite. Mr. Godot. The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. And there's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Wright. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. We had better be as hot, and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Well, it sure is hot, I won't lie. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see the decisive proof you have. Quickly. Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Well, what's the big rush?
Are you alright, Nick?
Me looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it? The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Look At Me is in fact Masty Mask. Alright, well... let's see. As usual, the defense comes prepared, Your Honor. Very well then. Let's see what you got. Please present proof that Master Mask is actually Mr. Look At Me. Okay, let me think about this. I mean, I did mention all those points before about how the possibility of Look At Me being Master Mask is there. But a concrete proof, I cannot really say for sure. I mean... He could have manipulated the data. Thus, maybe the camera went off more than once, but that doesn't prove that it was him. The swords could have been bent by him, but it doesn't prove it was him. I mean... It doesn't even look like it is Look At Me behind that mask. I mean, have you seen the long nose he has? Unless he managed to squeeze his nose under that mask, it doesn't seem plausible. Ah, Noby grand. Making fun of my nose. So lame. I at least have a nose, whereas you don't. What a shame. Moving on. Let's see. This is... well, I mean, this is surely not gonna help. In fact, it does the opposite. If I am to believe that Look At Me is the one that wrote this to Run the Light with his secret identity, then it reinforces the fact that Run the Light is Master Mask, not Look At Me. Unless somebody can testify to that? I'm having my doubts about that. Adrian Andrews? Nah. Larry Butts? More than likely, but... I got nothing. Which means it very well could be that he's not Master Mask, or he is, but we don't have evidence, so... Yeah, it's just... I mean, I cannot go back to that other choice that we had with the other thing. I guess we're gonna have to present something for now. Here's our proof. What do you think, Mr. Godot? It looks to me like Mr. Triton is still might sleepy. Perhaps he'd like a big muff of my special Godot blend. Well... No thanks, I'm fine. Really. Okay. What do I do now? Another mistake like that, then I'm through. Without some decisive evidence, I could be risking everything. Okay, well, let's say that we don't have a thing. What will happen then? Proof. Of course I've got nothing. Huh. And just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high, no matter how bad things get, after all. Yeah. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion. This is not good. I got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief.
Give up, Nick. Think harder and try again.
It's not good. I'm just not ready yet.
But, are you going to just give up and let us lose this?
So, you've come to your senses, have you, sir lawyer? cannot think of a counterattack at all. I mean, we cannot prove that Look At Me is Mask the Mask, but maybe we can prove that it was him that stole the urn, which is completely separate thing. In which case, all the points I mentioned before still stand for the most part, but there is still no concrete proof of that. It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, if you had anything further to add... Who?
Oh, hey, Desiree.
Who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it?
Mr. Light, what are you doing here?
Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for, I think I found it.
Oh, you mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well,
wow! It's like a Christmas present! Couldn't get any better than this. That's...
The second urn! Nick, it's the urn!
Order! 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 You, madame. That urn. Where did you find it?
You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants, ace detective. Look at me.
Oh, Desi! You're the best!
Found in the office of Mr. Look At Me. Has pink splotches all over it.
Well, how to explain that one, Mr. Adme?
Adme.
Telling us that you were just on security that night and didn't steal anything? On your life, do you bet? Well, at least we have the evidence, whereas you don't. No sweat. Even you are going to have a hard time whizzing out of this one.
Objection!
Ha! Pathetic. Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say? Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad. You're still denying that Mr. Adme was involved? Before casting aspersions at Mr. Detective Adme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight. Is that correct?
Yes. What about it?
Ha. How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. Uh-oh. I didn't think about that. Yeah, the wife of the defendant. That's gotta raise some suspicions.
What are you insinuating?
As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere. Including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it.
What? I just bought it here from the detective's office.
Please, madame. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to.
You're wrong. I would never do such a thing.
Miss Delight.
Please, Nicky boy. You gotta help me talk some sense into these people.
There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Adme Detective Agency. When in doubt, fingerprint the ever-living shit out of it. Actually, well, it might actually not work, because he's wearing gloves most of the time, so... Nonetheless, let's see where this will lead us. I can prove where the urn was. By the fingerprints on it. Fingerprints, huh? Oh, come now! Now you're really making me laugh, sir lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it will be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything.
What about him, Miss Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you going to do now?
I've gone too far to turn back now. Abney must have brought the arm back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. The fingerprints of this person, you say? Okay, I see. So it very well could be that someone else brought the urn to Admi's office, but... I mean, how is that gonna work? How is that gonna prove that it was at the office to begin with? I mean, nonetheless, we shall see, I guess. Like, Desiree's fingerprints are on it, so she's not good, she's out. Adrian Andrews? Larry Butts? Yeah, it could be. I mean, it could be that Godot touched it, cause he surely talked with Look At Me yesterday at some point. Wait. How is this? Wait. How is this? I mean, I think I understand what Nick is trying to do here. I do remember that we checked the bag yesterday at his office. Which, I guess can tell us that, yes, it was Admi's office. That, or make it look like it was Nick that stole the urn. Okay, let's go with this idea for now. So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway? Mr. Admi, do you recall the events of yesterday?
Hey, Nick, come on, open it up.
Hey, wait a minute. You cannot just open his private property.
Don't be such a fuddy daddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there?
Always using that kind of excuse. You know, it's kind of scary when you keep thinking about Maya being a thief and all that. She's using Nick's cases of investigation as pretense for her to steal stuff. Because it could be an important piece of evidence. Meanwhile, she's gonna steal whatever the fuck she needs. Ah, what a lovely narrative. Hang on a second. I'm taking it out now.
Right, sweet.
Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard. That's smooth.
Well, hello there.
It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch what was inside.
What? You touched it?
And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard.
Well, that was just...
Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Admi's office.
Objection!
Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does.
What did you say?
It's not what I say, but what Agent Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said.
I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable.
she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was... yesterday, at the Adme Detective Agency! Ha! This blend. Godot Blend 107. I've decided. It's a little too bitter after all. Ay, Dios mío! Order! 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 I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and...
Wait! Wait a moment, Your Honor.
There is no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. What are you saying? Yes, I've finally broken them down.
Hey. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself.
Okay.
Here I am, the tragic clown.
This guy's nuttier than a fruitcake.
See, it was me all along. I am the one and only Master Mask. I hope you all enjoyed my little performance. Hey.
Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Adme's condition? He is still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. What, that's it? Nah, that can't be it.